What's up everybody, hello and welcome back to Frostpunk. Day 21 is upon us, the work shift just started, and at the moment our toxic levels are falling once again, so the prediction is that it will go down tomorrow, and it's looking rather good now for the construction site that we have here right now. So we do have the tower pumps at the moment. I could even boost them by another 10%. Right now we are at 51%, so I think it's rather looking good. We are 3 days ahead of schedule, so we still have a bit of time here to finish the tower pumps that we really should finish in this case. Now something else, because we just don't have enough steel, you know, I think the difficulty will be that we need to produce more and more of those thingies here, of the structural profiles and of the steam exchangers. Up here we can see how many we have at the moment, and yeah, we don't have that many of them, and we'll need way more than that. So my goal right now is, since we also have a few resources, that we build a few things that will help us in the future. So first of all is, we shouldn't cap resources anymore. Like right now we cap the food, and that's definitely not something that we want. So I was already thinking about resource depots in the past, and yeah, we definitely do need a few of them, you know. So let's have 4 new resource depots. It hurts me right now to build them, but I think it will be good in the future to have so much more depots than ready, especially for the coal, which we need to stockpile at the moment. We're not getting any coal from down here anymore, so the charcoal kiln is the only way of producing coal at the moment, and is not forever. So once we run out of wood, we can't use this one here either anymore, so we have to stockpile now, or I think we'll be pretty screwed later. Right now we still have the steam sawmills, but I don't know for how much longer they can keep us up here. You know, this one here is another 130 wood ready, and I think this is around 400 more that we have here, and on the other side it's pretty much the same. So we have 200 more for this one here, and then probably another 200 or 300 for this one, and that's it. So we need to be really careful with the wood that we have there, and we'll just see if that isn't a problem then in the future, that we are burning wood right now for coal. I don't know. Of course, some of you mentioned that we of course have the docks for resources, but you can only have one type of resource here. And if I switch that, if I want to switch that, it takes time to switch the resource. Of course I could do it, because right now we got, well, 580 steel ready here. That's pretty good, right? But just imagine that we are running out of 3 resources then together, and this one is only for one type. That's the problem right now. Now we do have a new law, so that's why I need to think about something there. And security outposts would be a new law that we could sign now. So guards working from the security outpost will look out for troublemakers to ensure the security of employees. And you will have to build 2 security outposts, lower discontent in nearby workplaces. Oh, that's actually pretty cool, right? It lowers discontent in nearby workplaces. So let's go with that. And a taste of home, also a new letter here. Sir, although many people back home are facing starvation, a well-off relative of one of our engineers sent him a large parcel full with treats. Should we hold on to the food if it may stir trouble, or God forbid fuel a parallel economy? What? A few treats there. Give the man his parcel, of course. It's his parcel after all. It's his decision what he's doing with that. I don't really care about that too much. Now down here we could go for the advanced stocks. That would create a 3rd pile of resources, but it's still only one type of resource. That's the thing. Over here we have the charcoal kiln, produces coal 33% faster. That of course also means that it consumes wood 33% faster. Reloading station, advanced supercharge. Each use instantly advances work progress by 20% and costs 5 steam exchanges. Well, that sounds like a good idea, right? You could also go for the last tier there already. Wouldn't do much though, you know, only an advanced reloading station here and medical mechanization. Not the best upgrade there, so let's actually go with the charcoal kiln right now. We can afford it at the moment, so let's just build it. And since we are really capped on food here right now, I want to use this opportunity to get rid of this fishing dock here, this fishing harbor, and see if we can have another dock building here, because I haven't figured that out yet, because that would mean that we could have 2 types, of course, of resources, or even 3 types at the expense or at the cost of food. That would be interesting, right? Heart of the generator. With the foundations in place, it is time to build the fiery heart of the generator called a core. It will have to be enclosed within 2 support frames, which will also hold up the external parts of the generator. Okay, so we're done now with the next step. And we now have to build the core of the generator. We can already see that it's coming up here. I never knew that the generator was built on such a huge pit here, like this one. That's quite interesting. Site 120, great work on laying down the generator's foundation, you're making good time. Down here, bad weather and crop failures prompted an exodus to the colonies. Those who stay place their hopes in the government's newly unveiled evacuation plan. Our company was accused of profiteering by opposition politicians. Pure slender, of course. Unfortunately, we lost contact with the site 120. We're attaching its coordinates and would appreciate it if you could spare a few men to check up on them. Alright, here another site. And we do have quite a lot of workers ready again. They have to build something here though. Right now they're building the resource depots that we have here. And I can get a new team up and send them over here to the workers' camp. Right, let's do that. And we also have to build the foundry that we have here. Cost us a steam core actually, and a lot of resources. Let's have it here because we already have the overseer station there. And I also need 2 of those security outposts. Oh boy. Oh yeah, we can actually have it behind here. That's a good one. Very good. And over here too. I will have to build 2, I think. Yes, build 2 security outposts. Alrighty, then let's have one here. This one's the important one here because it's surrounded by all the other buildings here. That's pretty important. So we have the foundry coming up, the security outpost. One team is on its way. This one here is being dismantled now. We can just rebuild it then. If it doesn't work, you know, right now we can afford it. And here, what I want to have is more food rations in this one and more coal in this one here. Right here. And I also want to have one more gathering post here at the docks. Right, so we have 3 gathering posts in here. And we probably will also try the reload station at some point. Right now I'm pretty happy with the gathering posts there. And having then here 2 piles, because it's like 500 steel right now, you know, so 2 of them are not enough for it. So we're just going to have a 3rd one. And yeah, they need engineers obviously. Also more food rations for this one here. And I think we could also go for some... Let's wait with this one here actually until we have something that we need right now. And we do need a few engineers for those 2 outposts though. And I don't need this medical post here anyway. Nor do I need so many at the dispensary. The infirmary is quite enough for the moment. Let's have one on this one. And one on this one. That's the promise. Gives us back a bit motivation there. And... right, foundry. There's the foundry, we built it, and the foundry produces steel composites that cost me 20 steel and 40 coal. Alrighty, we do need 25 structural profiles, what? And 25 steel composites with the core. Holy moly, that's a lot though. 25. Oh, we are already producing 10 now here, that's good. So let's have 15 workers on that. And... look at that, how expensive. Okay, so it's a good thing that we now have 3 gathering posts here up and ready for the steel. Because we sure as hell do need it. All of it. And day 22. So many people are now going to work here. And... should I order more workers? Oh, and the sawmill here is done, so we do need another steam sawmill coming closer to those forests, to that forest there. That's the one, and the Fisher Harbor is also gone, so let's have a look if we can have a dock over there. Oh yes. Guys, we can actually have 2 docks, so we can have 2 types of resources being transported to us at all times at the cost of some food production. Now that is a big one. That is huge. Let's have a look at the food processing. That we're still making enough food, and if I just say cookhouse, please produce us only this standard meal here, it will still be fine. And we have lots of food reserves here, so we can have another dock. That is just amazing. We can have 2 of those docks here. Beautiful. Let's build it right away. So we can have one focusing on steel and the other one then focusing on wood. And with the wood we can burn at the charcoal kilns. So that solves our problems in this case. Very good. I'm really happy about that. Let's have another steam sawmill here. Absolutely wonderful. We can have 2 docks. I'm really happy about that. So of course that gives us a new meaning to the reloading station, which we should focus. This one here. Let's wait for a bit of wood right now. We are not getting any wood here done, because both of our sawmills are out of work. And also this one here. We are out of wood, yeah. Right now we are, since also the charcoal kiln is producing so much coal and consuming so much. We can actually lower the amount here and have those guys working yeah, at the upgraded docks then, of course. So yes, I will have to order more workers. Let's say let's say 30 more workers, and the rest we fill up with engineers. This is really good news. That solves a lot of problems there. Alright, how many do we have? We don't have any steel composites yet, right? Nope. I can order a few now. Right, that's 5. Structural profiles, we have 14. So then there are 2 ships coming in here every night. That's a beauty. And now we have the wood again, so let's start with the reloading station. I want to see how much we actually get out of it. And workers camp. The workers tell us about Site 120, where they toiled in inhuman conditions under their slave-driving boss, until they had enough and ran away one night. They beg us not to betray them if we visit their site. They are starved and about half of them are sick. They won't survive alone in the wilderness. Oh, 50. Lead them to our camp. Let's... This is a difficult one. If I tell them to stay put, I'm pretty sure that at some point they're just going to die. Leave them, tell them to stay put. Lead them to our camp. 50 additional workers. Nah, let's tell them to stay put here. We can come back later. And we continue to the Bald Hill. Okay, so workers camp, there are 50 workers that we can get. And probably will need at some point. Okay, these docks are now coming up here too. And then we have the second docks. And we should now be able to choose wood. Yeah, and now here we have steel working and here we have wood coming in. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, let's have 5 workers on this one here for now. Okay, day 23 is upon us. It's a new day. We can actually use the chapel here, yeah. Evening service. Boost our motivation there a bit. Right, 6 workers now here for the wood, and we are waiting for the reloading station before we are going to put any more workers on this one here. So let's just let the wood pile up on this one. Alrighty, and let's have raw food on this yeah, on that one. So, because there was already a team waiting to deliver us the 80 raw food for the day. And just look at these graphics here. I'm so in love with this game, especially the bleak graphics. Detailed, smooth, beautiful atmosphere, dark. Really transports the tone of the game. And just look at that. The first temperature drop is coming up. Day 27. Bold Hill, nothing here. Site 120, there it is. And I think we need to get those workers before that temperature drop hits us, because then it's going to 0. Oh boy, the first temperature drop is coming. We are going for winter now. In 4 days time, and we need to be ready for that. I think we're going to use a lot of coal from then on. Steam reloading station upgrade here. Or advanced docks. Let's go with the steam reloading station. We do have wood here now, as we can see. So let's build one of the... let's build the reloading station. As you can see, we can build it right on top of it. Yeah, let's build actually 2 of them right away. For the wood. Foundry is on strike. Workers are angry and refuse to work. They shout about exploitation, terrible working conditions, and deadly dangers they face daily. Yeah, appease them, I think, is the best one. Food rations, discontent will rise, workplace strike, risk will fall. Let's do this one here. We can afford the food, and the discontent is really minor in comparison with what you would have to pay otherwise. So I think that's a pretty good one. And let's have some steam exchanges. Another 5, we can afford that. And a few more structural profiles here. And also some steel composites. Very good, 5 more. That should be fine so far. So they can produce here. And work safety is safe though. Oh, it's unhealthy here. Yeah, safety procedures. Now they're safe. All of them are safe now. Very good. Alrighty, the next one. Class segregation. New building, engineers lodging. Engineers living in engineers lodgings have higher motivation. You will have to build engineers lodgings for all engineers. Panel colony. To maintain the necessary level of efficiency, convicts can be used as involuntary workforce. Oh, no, we're not doing that right. Strike busting. To ensure that all employees return to work, guards from security outposts will deal harshly with the strike. People will be heard. Each use raises discontent. I'm not ready for any of those. I think we're going to wait on these laws. They're quite harsh, right? I mean, this is not an emergency here right now. We are still perfectly fine. Lots of workers are coming in too. We need more tents. We need so many more tents here. Right, just around the bathhouse, and we can also have another chapel here then. Yep, we could have a chapel here or here. Yeah, like this I think is the best option. Because now we can build another tent in here. Yeah, very good. So that's the one. That's another chapel here. We can use then for increasing the motivation. And infirmary is looking fine. Tents are coming up. Outpost team is coming up. New workers are coming in. Very good. Working out so far. But I can feel that the tension is rising. And especially that first temperature drop really scares the hell out of me. Okay, we get a few more workers now. Very good. We can assign them then right to the reloading stations here. And also to the docks that we have there. to produce even more steel and stuff like that. Those reloading stations don't need steam cores. So what we can do is here, we can order steam cores then, but I want to wait until the limit is up there. And here we now have the reloading station. Let's assign 10 workers to that. And thanks to better work, 10% more efficient for the reloading station. Yes, let's do that. And next day we'll just see how much better they are in comparison to the gathering post, because then those reloading stations will work. Another 10 on this one. And enjoy the rain, guys, while it still lasts. We still have some rain here, but it won't last. Steam reloading station. Yep, we could actually have one then here as an upgrade. But then we also need more, well, steam cores. Very good. Here we got new tents now, just around the bathhouse, as it should be. And then here we have the chapel, so we can have more tents here then. And yeah, another bathhouse then. Just here. Around those tents then here that we have here then. Very good. So this side is actually coming then to an end here pretty soon. And then we can continue on this one here, on this side here. And I will probably also need another cookhouse then. Alright, Site 120. A tragic end. Site 120 has been destroyed by a violent rebellion. Unburied bodies lie everywhere. We found no survivors. Peeking into the generator pit, we saw even more bodies scattered at the bottom. Judging from their clothes, most of the victims were engineers. All buildings are in ruin, gutted by fire or wrecked on purpose. We'll gather whatever supplies we can find and leave this terrible place. 10 structural profiles. I think it was these workers, because engineers have been killed. So these workers here, so we are not going to take those workers to camp. It's 50 souls over there, but I think they've killed them. So that's my decision. It's a risky one, of course, because they could still come at some point. But I think those are the bad guys. And it's still safe here. Our last hope. Thank you for investigating Site 120. We were sorry to hear of their fate. We reiterate that if you happen to find any survivors, apprise us of any new information they might provide. According to reports from all over the globe, the cooling shows no sign of slowing down. With the other generator project scrapped, your site is now Liverpool's last hope, if the evacuation becomes necessary. Alright, go back to Site 120 worker camp and decide their fate. Let's do this then. 14 hours for them. So they still have something to tell us about their defense, I guess. Right, gases are going up again on this day. And day 24, gases are now extremely high again. So it's unhealthy to work there, but it's not dangerous or anything. It's just not healthy. Let's have a look at the reloading station. 18 per hour for one. 4 per hour on one. Holy moly. So they're really effective, the reloading stations. Let's build more of them. Let's have one of them on steel. That is just a huge difference. 18 to... oh, it rose a bit there to 6. So it's like 3 times faster still. The reloading station. Incredible. And look at my wood. It's skyrocketing now. We can now use more of the charcoal kiln. And I will also build more of the resource depots. Over here. Right, we don't need that steam sawmill anymore. I don't think we need those steam saws ever again. Not after finding out how much we get now from those reloading stations here. That's just insane, the amount that we get here. Okay, and now they're even 10% more efficient. Let's have more of those structural profiles there. We do need quite a lot of them, and we can afford it anyway. Let's build 8. And also a few of those steam exchangers. Let's see what next we could research. We could go for the advanced docks. That would be a third pile that we could then produce. Finer mesh. 10% more. Or advanced one. Yes, let's go with the advanced one because we got rid of one of the fishing harbors. So we do need to advance them. I thought I did that, but I did not. So we need to boost them. We have 2 of those fishing harbors here still. So they need to produce more, obviously. Down with the war. Sir, a worker's mother writes him that his brother was shot dead during a demonstration against conscription, a highly controversial new measure introduced in the second year of the Balkan War. Young people have been protesting it from the start, but this is the first time the mechanized lancers were sent against them. Yeah, let the man grieve. Strike risk will rise. No. Censor the letter. Stuff like that usually has big consequences when it comes to that. So let the man grieve and let's buy the strike risk there. Right, we do have a security post here though, so hopefully strike risk is as low as possible. Strike rate is moderate right now, so yeah. We're still building a reloading station here, right? Yep. 2 steam cores, let's do that. So we can have another reloading station and upgrade one. And there's the next reload station with now 10 workers on it. Very good for the steel. Prostitutes have been checked. No cases of venereal diseases were discovered. That's good to hear. And we also have more resource depots now. So one is for wood. One is going to be for more food. And one is to be for coal. Because we're going to have a second charcoal kiln up then. Now that we are producing that much wood. And produce more coal with that. So I think with 2 docks we are fine. Because wood and steel is so important. And you can use the wood then to produce coal. So yeah. I think we are fine with 2 docks for now. And with the other 2 docks we build, or we get some food out of it. And day 24 is at an end. See you on day 25. Stay tuned.